Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devon O'Day.
I'm John Dwyer.
It's our Halloween spooktacular.
The over-under of you using spooktacular was, I thought, 13 seconds, and you went under, for goodness sake. You could not wait to get that out.
I couldn't. I have to say spooktacular.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you, too. It's my mama's birthday. She is 85.
Oh, years young.
Oh, yeah. And she will whip your butt in just a second. You know, if she disagrees with you politically, she will take her shoe off and tell you about it.
Oh, my goodness. She goes old school.
She does.
So
yeah.
what did she do on birthdays? You couldn't just give her Halloween candy.
No.
You had to do something better.
No,
than
in our
that.
family, we have pie.
Yeah, pie.
Yeah.
Pecan.
Yeah, it could be. We all
Pumpkin.
had pumpkin.
Yeah.
She likes pumpkin.
like
She was
pumpkin.
always into that. My sister makes her homemade stuff, so it's always homemade, always pie. Hey, speaking of food, we have got a glorious spread here, and we want to welcome here to the Omni, where we are live. We are going to welcome Chef Philip Baldwin from Bar Lines, coming down the Buddy Allen Carpet One.
Oh, yeah.
Teal Carpet, oh love.
Good to see you. Thank you. And this is literally just out of this is piping hot.
Yep,
It looks
just made it.
fantastic.
It smells. If this were smell-o-vision, oh my gosh, it would be an explosion. This is so good. Tell us what we have today.
I brought our two biggest sellers, which is our hot wings. I did the honey sriracha wings, which is always one of our fan favorites. The double stack burger is one of our originals. It's been on the menu since day one. And I brought a couple of our big sellers off the new menu. It's the Nashville hot hummus. We wanted to try.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we wanted to do something a little different. And we decided, we got everybody in Nashville doing hot chicken, so let's leave the hot chicken to the guys that do hot chicken. And we're gonna, give some, that same flavor as a vegan or a vegetarian option. So
I know for the vegan visitors to Nashville,
absolutely.
we have something.
We want everybody to have the same experience here in Nashville. And then we did the chicken jam band. It's smoked Gouda, house-made white wine, blueberry jam, lettuce, tomato, arugula, and sweet and spicy pickles on top. It's one of the biggest sellers we have right now.
That is, if you have a pretty good appetite.
Yeah.
You're gonna tackle that.
That's what it's meant for.
What's the crust? What's it crusted in? What's the
Oh, it's we do our own little chicken breader.
Do
We just take AP flour, season it up with a lot of spices and a little love here and there, and that's how we fry it off.
It's always about the love, isn't it?
That's what it is. It's always about the love.
And I love it. One thing I love is that you have upscale, accessible food in Bar Lines. I love it.
Absolutely.
You do something. There's a delicious thing that you did that I swear to you, it's like hot Franks or something.
Yeah, that's our. It's a smoked hot dog burn ends. So we take the honey sriracha that we put on the wings there, we toss it in with some barbecue sauce, and then I take hot dogs, Nathan's all beef hot dogs. I smoke them off for about 2.5 hours, get that rich smoke flavor in there, toss it in the barbecue sauce, a little crema, done.
The double patty burger? Look, Nashville has a lot of places that do burgers. What makes a good burger?
It's the cut of meat. That's 100% what it comes down to. We use ribeye, short rib, and a little prime rib.
That's it?
Short
Wow.
rib, prime rib, and filet. And that's our three mixes, and we have it custom ground for us, and we have it come in. And yeah, it's all about the patty. It's all about what kind of meat you use. Instead of just using regular chuck, it kind of gets dry. So it's the fat content that you're looking for.
And two, here at the Omni, you use a lot of local. You source local when you can.
As much as we physically can. So we use a lot of our produce locally, but with the winter season coming up, we have to use other areas. But there's a lot of people now here in Nashville that are doing hot house. So we're getting a lot of hot house tomatoes, heirlooms in from locally sourced here. All our carrots and celery locally sourced. So yeah, we tried to do our very best to make sure that we give the best of Nashville to Nashville and everybody who comes to Nashville.
That's great. Chef Philip, where did you get your start as a chef?
Oh, wow. So I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was in high school. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Got out of high school. I started cooking, fast food, pizza. And no, I didn't like that. So I had a chef friend, a buddy of mine. His name's Christopher Walsh. He's out on the West Coast now. And he told me, he's like, hey, this chef I know, he's looking for cooks. Why don't you give it a try? And I was like, okay. So he put me on as a pastry chef. Never cooked pastries a day in my life. And I told him that. I was like, I don't know how to do pastry. And he pointed to a bookshelf full of cookbooks. He says, pick one that's desserts, do some research, and make me 3 desserts for, service tonight. And I was like, okay. So I did a chocolate creme brulee, a berry tart, and I think it was banana pudding.
Can't go wrong with
No.
banana pudding. There you go.
Not in Tennessee.
No.
And I did that, and unfortunately that restaurant, went under, as most do. And he got me a stage with Charlie Trotter in Chicago, and that's what really started my, my passion for cooking. Working with Charlie was an amazing experience. He was very meticulous. He was super meticulous. So when we were doing things, it's either you do it right or you don't do it at all. So that's where I got it from. Everything I do, it's testing and testing and testing, and I'm not going to put it out until I know it's perfect.
So what's the tone in the kitchen? Is it fun loving? Is it fun but get it done? Or I mean, what would your employees say about you?
Or you were the mean guy from Ratatouille. I mean, what are you?
Never, no. I take a different approach in the kitchen. The way I look at it is when my guys are smiling, laughing, and cutting up, the guests are going to get a better experience. They're going to get the food right the first time. We don't have to recook food. So it's all about having a pleasant attitude and really making a fun environment. And that's, one of the things about Omni that I love is the culture here.
Oh, yeah.
They built a great culture. So it's when you come into a place that's already built a great culture, it's kind of easy to keep it up. So that's how we.
So don't mess it up, is
No,
what you're saying. Okay.
That's my biggest fear, is messing it up.
No.
I just looked at you carrying this conversation on with those bat ears.
Very mature. I know. Oh, do I have something on my? I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
It
you
was
so much
awesome.
for your efforts. This will not go to
enjoy
waste.
the food.
We've got a crew here that they want this to be a 15-minute show. Do you know that? The other guests, no, they want to already get into it.
We want the food. Hey, thank you so much for your
Thank you
time.
guys for having me.
Bar Lines, Bob's Steakhouse, Kitchen Notes, and the Bongo Java Coffee Spot. I mean, there's no shortage of great food at the Omni. Be a tourist in your own hometown and eat local. Eat here at the Omni. Hey, we'll be right back. We're going to talk to our sponsor, Buddy Allen Carpet One, a Nashville tradition.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad,
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
Think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
We are back, and we know, yay!
Tough crowd.
We got to bring in the guy, Congressman Bob Clement.
Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Oh, it's so
Good to see you, Congressman. You look fantastic.
Good to be with both
Life's
of
good?
you. Thank you. Yeah, so doing fine so far.
You know, Mark Colley is a guest on this show, and he said, I'm going to bring a friend with me. I didn't know he's bringing political royalty. Thank you so much for being here.
I am most honored, and gosh, looking at all that food, and I haven't eaten yet.
Have a tater tot.
Don't even think about it, Congressman. I'm sorry.
I was telling John earlier, my wife and I, Mary, we're on the endangered species list. We were born in Nashville, same hospital by the same doctor. So you'll never meet anyone like us.
No.
Yeah, that does not happen much anymore.
No.
You have something really amazing. Your family has been part of the Nashville story for a very long time. And let's talk about the museum that is in your family's name.
Well, we have a museum in Dixon, Tennessee. It's the Governor Frank G. Clement Railroad Hotel Museum. And it used to be the old Halbrook Hotel, and right there by the railroad tracks in Dixon. And that's when we had rail passenger service in Tennessee. I hope we'll have it again.
Wouldn't that be nice? No.
And so it fell on hard times, and so my Aunt Annabelle Clement O'Brien, who's state senator here in Tennessee, and we raised over $2 million to restore that building to the Clement Museum, and we're having a big event there. I want all of you to come November the 10th, and we're having Cal Turner Jr. will speak for about 15, 20 minutes about legacy. And that family founded Dollar General.
Oh,
store.
yeah.
And then after that, Mark Colley's going to perform.
Yes.
We're honoring him as well as performing. So that's going to be a special day. So we're really honored to have Mark and his lovely wife, Tammy.
We have a wonderful newspaper that covers Dixon. It's called the Dixon Post. It's part of our Main Street media family, and we're going to be talking a lot about that. I'm sure they're going to be getting some pictures that night, November 10th. And Mark is going to be honored with the Legacy Award.
That's correct. The only one. But we normally honor 3 or 4 people, but this year we've decided to honor Mark Colley and Wayne County man. And,
From Waynesboro, Tennessee.
And he's touched so many people, and he's helped so many people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, you have a book, don't you?
Yeah, and I left it in the car.
That's
and I was
okay.
given one
Your publicist
to
is
you and
not going to be
John.
happy with that.
Yeah.
You had one job.
The
You had one job to bring that book. No.
I know, and Mark mentioned it too. And it's called Presidents, Kings, and Convicts is the name of it, about my life and career. But then I get heavy into U.S. policy, U.S. Congress, and politics. But I took the high road, not the low road, and talked about compromise and reaching across the aisle, Democrat or Republican, to solve problems in the U.S., in the great country that we live in.
That is a road less traveled, right?
That's correct.
And that's why you
And
wrote
I'm on
about
the-
it.
I'm on the board of the former members of Congress elected to the board around the country, and we Democrats and Republicans all get along. I think the current members could learn much from us.
I would agree.
I think so too. I always say that polite discourse, we don't actually know how. And we're going to have to go to a Southern gentleman to teach us how to do it, I
Well,
think.
I always took the approach, attack the issue, not your fellow colleague. That's a waste of time. Attack the issue, how you can solve a problem, and look at the next generation rather than the next election.
Well stated.
Quotable quote. Yes, indeed. I love it. Well, because we do have electronic advantage, we're going to put a picture of that book up so people can get it. And we're going to be right back, and we're going to talk to that Legacy Award recipient coming up next. Hey, stay tuned for Mark Colley here at Taste of
Amen.
Nashville. Woo!
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad,
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
You think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
It's time for somebody to walk down the Buddy Allen Carpet One Teal Carpet of Love. He is an actor. He was part of the Nashville cast. I was an official Nashie.
Mm-hmm.
My prayer chain brought it back for another season. I'm just going to tell you.
You're the person that brought it back.
Yeah, it was
and the
me
ratings
and
were pretty.
Jesus.
And it was a good show.
Me and Jesus.
Yeah.
And we have got, he's an author. He's got a graphic novel he's in the works with. And a songwriter, a performer. He is a Renaissance man who has my same birthday. Mark Colley coming down the Teal Carpet of Love. Hello. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Mark.
All right.
Thank you for your
I
time.
could take out all these microphones if I try to hug you now, but
Well,
you know what?
I'll hug you later.
That's
again.
what we do.
All
I
That's
tell you
we
what, it does not age a minute.
do. No.
This is not fair.
Well, thank
You-
you,
you-
for
you look-
saying that, but and I'll accept those. But I would say it had a lot more to do with Miss Tammy than it does with me. You know?
No.
And she's here with us today. But
She's precious. And we had a long talk about how you have raised so much money for diabetes research and juvenile diabetes. And a friend of mine said that it was you.
Oh, it was me. I'm right here.
just happened to
Okay.
be you, right?
Anyway, yeah, you guys
Talk
met.
about the Mark Colley celebrity
Yeah.
deal, which when I first moved to Nashville, you were so kind to invite the local media. We would have come anyway, but it was kind of, you put us in some cars. And I'm sitting in the driver's meeting. And I had this moment of, I can't even believe this is happening, Mark. I'm sitting in back of Paul Newman, who came at least one year. But you had the star-studded people that came to help out for that celebrity race at the fairgrounds. That was a big deal, and that meant so much for us to be part of it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was. When I was diagnosed with diabetes very young, early in my life, and I always made a promise to the Lord. I said, if I could have one hit record, I'll do something with my celebrity for people with diabetes. And my manager, Don Light, and a lot of other people in town came together, and he managed Richard and Petty for a time. So, and I love racing. My first songs were about racing, Hardin County Line and stuff. And I was blessed with this group of people that came together, the radio community, you and Jerry House, SM, and everybody. And Don called his friends over in Charlotte, and I called everybody I knew, and we began having races. And it drew the attention of a lot of people around the country and around the world, really. And we raised enough money to start the first research chair in diabetes for a cure at Vanderbilt Research Hospital.
Oh,
What a legacy. That was great. That racing was fun too. Now, I was always told you can't win the race in the first turn, but you can lose it.
Yeah.
And trust me, some of our media local guys, they'll go nameless, but they wrecked a few nice cars out there in turn one. And I'm not sure that was a great idea to have us part of that.
A lot
but,
of people
yeah,
wreck
that was
cars
fun.
out there, but the girls wreck more cars than anybody. It's like, you don't want to cut somebody. I'm not going to name any names, but they know who they are.
Oh, go ahead.
I did not ride in that race.
No,
I
you
was
haven't.
not one of the drivers in that.
But it was a blast, and I was happy to be making a lot of films, and I always worked stunts. I did my own stunts. Stan Barrett hired me to work on
Paul Newman film to do stunts, and Stan was a race car driver too, and he drove the Skull Bandit. He was the first driver on that team. He and Hal Needham. Long story, but I got to go to lunch, go to breakfast, go to work every day with Paul Newman.
Oh wow!
And I asked, and I found out that his daughter was diabetic, and he came, and we've seen a lot of stars, and I've been around a lot of great stars, and and that room was the dinner before, the night before, was full of stars, and Miss Loretta was there. Tim and Faith were just coming on to see
they were.
Brooks and Dunn. I mean, you can name, but I never saw a room stand still and hold their breath when Paul Newman walked in.
Yeah.
And came and sat down at the table. I'll tell you what was funny is that Joyce Rice, she was BMI. She was organizing all the tables, and it was a big deal to get all the seating right. I never saw so many stars, young people, and people in the industry go over to the Paul Newman table and change the seating. And then they have to go back. Then they have to go change the seating back. Everybody at one time or another was sitting next to Paul Newman.
Oh, that's great.
But it was a wonderful time, and he was a wonderful guy. I was blessed to get a chance to know him. And thank you for remembering. And I will say that thank the entire Nashville community, the state of Tennessee, for supporting that cause and for coming out to the racetrack, for making the contributions. And so thank you for that.
You made a big difference. I mean, you use your celebrity, you use that one hit, by the way, more than one hit
then I
there.
started praying
More,
for
more than
another
one.
hit.
Apparently the prayers were answered, but what a great run.
Thank you. Yeah, I said, God, could I just have one hit? But then I woke up and said, one more.
Yeah.
Just one more. And it's the drug that it's safe to have. It's like we can have all of those that we can possibly.
It's awful. Yeah.
Hey, behind you there is a guitar, and we're going to ask you to sing a little bit, and then we're going to get you to talk about not only the fact that you're going to be in Dixon, but a place where in another newspaper we have, Murray County, Main Street, Murray. You're going to be at Roy Feek's Hardison Mill coming up in November as well.
The day after Thanksgiving, the evening after Thanksgiving, which is a great time to get out of the house and get off.
Everybody wants to leave that day.
Somebody wants to go find something to do. So the Friday after Thanksgiving, we'll be down at Rory's Big Red Barn, and come there because it's a great. I mean, I haven't been there since it became a venue, but Tammy and I have visited there a number of times, and
it's just wonderful
down there. And it's close to my home, Wayne County.
Well, I would not be surprised. He's starting the Homestead Channel, and I mean, I have a feeling he's going to be calling you because he'll be having you as part of what he does.
Well, I love him, and I love what he's doing, and it's just a great opportunity to be there to do that. And so, yeah, I was thinking about you and Jerry House. Jerry and I had a hit or two.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he played all my records. At least once,
At least.
And I remember when this song was. I was going to tell you this song. This August, was it August, Tammy? Well, it's 30 years old, and it still gets played. And it's great to have songs that.
Is it the one I think you're going to play?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I walked her to the plane in Phoenix. I said, "Say hello to your mama." She couldn't even look me in the eye. And I drove out to the desert, just like nothing happened. But somewhere in the darkness, I heard her say goodbye. Now I hear voices in the wind saying she ain't coming back again. I look for guidance in the sky, but the stars have all gone out tonight. I feel like the love of my life is dying. Even the man in the moon is crying.
That is so great. I had the best seat in the house because you and Jerry would write in an office, and I was in the reception area, and I got to hear a lot of songs created in that room. And you guys wrote so many great songs.
He was such a great. I mean, I guess he will always be one of my favorite writers, and he's wrote a lot of hits for a lot of people, and me included. And but the thing about he's so funny, and I like him. He's fun to hang out with. It's hard to like stay focused on work, but he's quick. He's a quick thinker, and we were able to have a couple of great records there together. But I will always thank him for what I learned about songwriting from Jerry, and you know, it's just I've been blessed. You know, I have no reason not to just be thankful every day that I'm still here in Nashville. And I want to talk a little bit about the Clement Museum.
Yeah.
And you know, Bob he was a great bipartisan congressman, and he got a lot done. But you know, he's married to one of my favorite Republicans in the world, and she was actually she worked for several great Republicans. She's a great conservative. They have a picture in their home on the fireplace. And it's of Bob and Miss Mary, and Ronald Reagan is leaning down in her ear. He's going, "You need to tell Bob to come over here." And that's what she says he was saying. She could tell you that story better, but I just love both of them.
That's interesting that he did cross the aisle.
Oh yeah,
and then walk down it.
Well, yeah, that's right. Well, what I will say is that I'm going to receive the Legacy Award. I love American history. I especially love Tennessee history.
Yeah.
And the history of Frank Clement, and youngest governor, 3-time governor, the work he did, he integrated the first high school in the South. A lot of people don't know that, but that was on him. And the work he did for civil rights, just an incredible short life, but an incredible powerful life. And that, along with the history of the railroad in Dixon, there's a lot to know there. And I love when I got a chance to go there with Bob. You know, Frank was born in that little hotel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow.
Well, you got to get Bob's book, and you got to come to our show. Come to our show.
The Legacy Award ceremony in Dixon, Tennessee, November 10th, and then coming up, the Black Friday is not Black Friday, it's Collie Friday at Hardison Mill. MarkCollie.com is where you get all the tickets.
I got to play a little bit of Jerry House. She didn't pack a thing. She left her diamond ring on a soap dish by the sink. Now something tells me that it might be later than I think. I guess I'll have to face it. Yeah, it's as plain as white and black, like the king of rock and roll. She's never come back. There you go.
Right.
Hey,
Mark Collie.
before we cut this, before we stop, can you just do a little bit of my favorite Mark Collie song? Is the first song I ever heard from you. I think I announced you at your showcase. I know I was there before you got your deal, and it's a song called "Shame, Shame, Shame, Shame."
Okay,
it's my favorite.
Man, did you grovel for this?
I did.
You. Whew.
Shame, 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 shame.
You need a boa for this one.
You're stirring up that old flame. I know you'll steal my heart again. No way that I can win. Shame, 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 shame.
You got an encore out of the guy.
I know. MarkCollie.com, graphic novel and movies and everything. And he's so creative. You are a Renaissance man.
Thank you, Devon.
Par excellence. Thank you for your time here.
Great seeing you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
All right, I don't know who's following him, but Godspeed.
Well, we're going to talk about safety coming up on the Tennessee highways.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door, flowers blooming in the springtime, and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad,
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
Think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Well, before we talk about who's coming down the Buddy Allen Carpet One Teal Carpet O Love, we're going to talk about Buddy Allen Carpet One to begin with. They're in Donaldson, Tennessee, and they are a Nashville tradition. They have, okay, if you've got pets, do you have pets?
I do have a wonderful dog that does not shed, but does claw a little bit.
I mean, if you've got flooring and you've got pets, you need to know about their pet resistant flooring. It looks like wood, it shines up like wood, but does not scuff, tarnish. It is waterproof. It is amazing. It is pee proof. Y'all need some of this stuff.
Does it actually say that?
Well, I don't know if it says
you
that,
just
but
are gonna label it that.
Zach Allen told me it's like pee proof, and he's got goats, and so he probably needs to know about pee proof. So you want to find out about this special flooring, you need to go see our friends and tell them that you heard about it here at Taste of Nashville, would you? Buddy Allen Carpet One, located in Donaldson. It is a Nashville tradition. They've been around, and I remember I used to watch.
Are you sure you want to go down this road? How old?
I'm not going to say how old, but it's over 40 years. But I used to watch them on the Ralph Emery show.
You're going back now.
I'm going back. I would watch them come on and talk about their flooring on the Ralph Emery show. They've been around for a long time. And you know why they've been around for a long time?
Because they do it right.
Because they're good. That's right. That's right. Speaking of, we're going to the teal carpet of love from Buddy Allen. We're going to welcome from the it's the Highway Safety Office, and it's Kim Vanata. She is the program manager of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Come on down.
When she agreed to do this, she's like, I have to walk down. I have to actually walk down
I was hoping I'd be red carpet, but that's okay.
Yeah.
No. This is
See,
the famous blue
teal.
carpet.
Yeah,
Teal
it's a
carpet.
special teal carpet of love.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And Kim, you and I was talking ahead of time. I'm so glad that you're going to talk about this subject. Last night, I was driving along country roads, getting back from where I was working. And not once but twice, people are on the side of the road, which there are no shoulders, wearing black. And I could not see them at all. And it was just, we've got to talk about pedestrians and driving safe in our highways. And we're at Halloween. There are going to be kids out. It's crazy time. What are some of the things that the Highway Safety Office is doing to promote safety around our holiday season, which really kicks off now?
Actually, that was a perfect lead-in because I am the bicycle and pedestrian safety coordinator, and we have been working on this Tennessee trending up for the past 3 years in pedestrian. And you just mentioned it, the dark clothes at night, it's unbelievable. The motorists can't see them, and I don't think pedestrians realize that they can't be seen. And then there's so much distracted driving, distracted walking, and then we talk about the impaired driving. Mm-hmm. So again, right now, impaired walking is something. So there are all kinds of things that we're trying to deal with right now. And then we actually have enforcement through education grants where the officers, all they're doing is passing out educational information. It's not for citations, it's just the motorists need to watch, the pedestrians need to watch. If there's not communication, that's where those accidents happen.
There's some real hot spots for Halloween. I live in East Nashville, Eastland Avenue. It's like a Predators game broke out. There's so many people there that want to be there. I don't think people understand that the statistics back up that Halloween is among the more dangerous nights for people, whether it's drinking and driving or pedestrian problems. But we just think, oh, it's not going to happen in our neighborhood. And then it does.
That's what everybody thinks, that it won't happen to them. And then the children, they're just concerned about getting their candy. They're not concerned about walking safely. So the parents, the adults have to take care of that. But again, the motorists have to pay attention. You talked about impaired driving, impaired walking. One drink is all it takes to have a crash. And I mean, I can mention that it costs $10,000, court costs, fines, attorney's fees, but the $10,000 doesn't really hit it, because if you take someone's life or your own life, you can't put a price on that. So the families are changed forever.
And it changes the person who perpetrates that crime. It changes them forever, because I've heard stories and dear people to me that have been involved in those kind of accidents, and you might get through it, but you don't ever get over it.
Not ever. It's going to be in your life forever, and all the
So-
people you've affected.
Sober rides, Ubers and Lyfts and taxis. I mean, there was a joke. There was a car dealer here a long time ago that said, "I need, cab drivers need numbers that you can dial drunk." Well, guess what? They do, because it's like 5555555. It just, it will happen. You can dial, and that's on purpose.
Right.
That is
right.
on purpose. So you can find a way, or take your designated driver with you. And I know for Christmas and New Year's, there are sober ride programs, but Halloween now is so popular in Nashville, we almost need one then as well.
That's true. And like you said before, pedestrian is they're rising. So we have the cabs, you have the ride share. You need to designate a driver before you even leave, though, to decide who's not going to drink. We're not for prohibition. We just want responsible drinking, responsible driving.
This is an incredible statistic. Just last year, 11,654 people were killed in drunk driving crashes.
And again, we're trying to get that safety out, that message out, and not everyone's going to listen, because, like you said, we think we're invincible. Nothing's going to happen to me. And you combine the impaired driving with the distracted driving, so you're distracted and you're impaired. That's just one more thing.
And this is important if you are a parent, a grandparent, the 21 to 34-year-old age group.
The bulletproof age group.
The invincible. I'm going to live forever.
Right.
That accounts for the most fatalities and drunk driving crashes on Halloween night. So I always say, this is the time when you talk to those kids. Talk to your kids, and they hear you. And
I think, and I'm interrupting, I'm sorry, but I think the parents are talking to the kids, but I don't think talking is what we need to do. If you're telling them not to be on the phone, or you're telling them not to drive distracted, you better not be distracted. You better not be on the phone. So they're watching us more than they're listening to us. And I don't think we realize that.
Good point. Good point. And I want to point out that there was a young lady who we lost just last week, 14 years old, 3 kids. There was a 17-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old driving during school hours. They skipped class. The driver, the oldest one, admitted 4 beers and driving, and a young lady who's 14 years old is not alive anymore because of that. Happened right on Bradley Parkway, right in the middle of the day. So it's very important that we share this message, and thank you for what you're doing. Your new campaign the Booze It or Lose It campaign is so important. It really strikes a chord in all of us.
Well, when people ask me where I work, and I say Tennessee Highway Safety Office, you get the blank stare. And if I say booze it and lose it, it's like, oh yeah,
I know that. We have a rule in our group is if you can afford to buy or have a drink of alcohol, you can afford a ride home.
Absolutely.
Uber or a cab or a designated driver. There's no excuses anymore.
None.
So.
None.
I mean, we still have fun, but we,
like I said, no prohibition.
Okay.
Responsible.
I like you.
Responsible.
Hey, it just occurred to me, if you want to go out and have a great Nashville Halloween and you want to just booze it up and have fun, Why don't you just really save some lives and just get you a room at the Omni Hotel?
Well played.
How's that?
That was, I'm like, where is she going with this? And
Yeah.
now we know right here.
Don't even take the sober ride. Just walk right into the Omni and say, "I'd like a room, please."
Well, staycation for Halloween. That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
That's the way I like to do it. I mean, I'm going to tell you, that's the way I like to do it. Great food, and they got a great spa. They got everything you need right here at the Omni. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for all the work you do. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad.
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
You think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
This is Taste of Nashville live from the Omni.
I'll clap. I'll bring it.
I love it. John Dwyer, I love having you here, and I love introducing you to some of my new music friends that you might not know.
You will forget more music people in this town than I'll ever know. So I'm just thrilled to be here and be your sidekick to hear some great stuff.
I was on Facebook one day. I know
You?
that's shocker.
What?
Shocker.
You're on Facebook now. You're just
I know. I've got it right over here. It's like always social media. That's what we do. But I heard this voice of Kentucky. She is the pride of Kentucky, and she is the most prolific songwriter I have ever met. And she not only writes like a gazillion songs a day, she released 8 albums last year. 8 albums.
slacker.
I know.
I mean,
I know.
what?
And we
what's
were
going on
putting
with that?
together our Halloween show, and I said, who has a song about something spooky? And I went, Sarah Beth Terry has something about a witch, a Fitchburg witch. And I said,
It's a witch?
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
witchy
just
song.
checking.
It's like, the backwoods. We got stories.
Yeah.
We got ghost stories. To get us all in the Halloween spirit, welcome to the show down the Buddy Allen carpet one, teal carpet, oh love, Miss Sarah Beth Terry. Hello.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see
Looking pretty.
Well, thank you.
Good to see you. Yeah, good to meet you. Thank you.
How are things on Watermelon Ridge?
Well, things are windy today. I had to get up early and feed chickens before I headed down off the mountain, but things are great.
There's a song in there somewhere.
Always
I just know
is.
that. Yeah,
Always. Everything
you're
we
on the
say is
second
a
verse already, aren't you? Yeah.
Sarah Beth has you have written songs for some other folks like Craig Morgan.
Yes, ma'am.
But I always say that you write as an artist first.
You tend to tell your own story before you tell everybody else's. So if it lines up with somebody else's story and they go, oh, I'll hear myself, then that's how you get songs on L'Opry. So that's what we aim for. But you always write your story first, seems like.
For everybody who is a budding songwriter and they think, I'm going to write a song a day and I'm going to make myself famous because nobody's ever done that. How many songs do you typically write a year?
Oh, a year. Somewhere between 800 and 1,200. Just depends on how good the whiskey is and the company that they keep. So, and how many people make me mad between January and December. So, pay rent with my grudges. So
I pay rent with my grudges. But here's the cool thing. What was the study of your life? Not just observation of people, but there's a lot of classical study. You posted this week, you were singing opera.
Oh my goodness, the former life. From the time I was little, my mom's a very gifted poet, and she challenged me to write anything I could think of. You know, check this verse, check that verse. And so when it came time to move to Nashville, she said, no, you're going to go to college. I was like, fair. So I went to Transylvania University, which is the most expensive college in all the state of Kentucky, thinking she'd see the price tag and go, you know, just go to Nashville. It's fine. No. So while I was there, they said, you know, if you take like 3 more classes, you can get 2 more degrees. Like, you can specialize in 3 fields. And I'm in. So I was an opera singer and did a choir tour of Europe and of the South and of Finland and Estonia and Norway and Sweden, and loved every minute of it. But the corsets got too tight and they won't let you smoke there. So
Deal breaker.
I was like,
That's it.
It's the whole reason I'm not at a mental institution, I'm sure. They won't let you smoke there. So, you know, you have to really, you know, pick your career based on your habits. But I loved it. But and I still wear the costumes and I still sing the really loud notes. I just don't have to wear the corsets anymore. So it's nice.
You know, Kentucky's the only state I ever went to that had a church with a smoking section in the church. Yes, it's crazy.
Our preacher used to light up before he preached on Sunday. He usually got that back. Yeah. That's a true story. Daddy's here, and he'll vouch for that. So.
When you would go out as little Sarah Beth Terry, because I know you love costumes, and if you follow Sarah Beth, you always know she's got great costumes. Where did you dress up what did little Sarah Beth go as? What was your favorite go-to for Halloween?
Ooh, let's see. My brother was born on Halloween, so happy birthday to Dylan. So he took trick or treat from me for a couple years, but I always was Dolly Parton. So to me, no kidding, I would wear Granny's nightie and a couple balloons and like the high heels because my Aunt Bruce had like little tiny feet, so I could wear her shoes, and I had a big blonde wig because my granny did hair. So I mean, beauty mark and all, carried a guitar and went trick or treating as Dolly Parton, and I always looked at. It was never scary. I wasn't like a witch or anything like that. I was like, I'm going to buy your town and put a theme park in it. Boo. You know, like, I'm going to be on 25 movies. Boo. Like, it was an aspiration day for me. It was never like scary, you know? So it was a chance to get to, you know, women kind of use it now to dress kind of trashy. Mm-hmm. And I was always like, let's dress how you want to. The dress for the job you want day is what I always treated Halloween. So
I love it.
You done good. With all those songs that you write, do you know when you have one that is special?
It's really strange because when I first started out, of course, everything was great. It was the best song that's ever been written.
Right.
And then I go back
Everybody's
and listen
gonna record this.
Oh, God. Now it's more refined. It's like, You'll hear that little ping in the back of your mind that's still in your mind the next day, and then the next day, and you're chewing on it going, what's this melody? Why is this in my head? And you're like, oh, it's that song. And once you find something that strikes fire like that, then it's not really mathematical or scientific, but it really kind of is. Like it's this fine balance between creative and madness. And so when you find that one song that rings through and you're like, okay, this is gold. This has got legs underneath it, so we need to see where it goes. But they're few and far between for some people, and for some people they flow like water, like Ashley Gorley. I think he writes songs in his sleep, and they just are all #1 hits. And I'm like, hey. Come right with me real quick.
Give me what you're drinking.
I've got a really good idea, but I need your help. But so it's kind of those things where you know that you're on fire, and then it just hits like magic. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of magic, I want you to share some of that Sarah Beth Terry magic, because we actually met for the first time in person in the Omni Hotel.
We did, right up there.
I walked up and I screamed across the lobby because I was a fan. I saw you.
Miss Subtle.
I know, I'm never subtle.
In the Omni lobby is very subtle.
Yeah.
And I went, because I practice what I preach. This is my favorite place. I love everything about this hotel. I love the lobby, the bars. It's the best place. And there you were. And I screamed across, and we have been fast friends ever since.
We were.
And her voice kills me. And when I thought of I said, a spooky mountain song.
This is the one. And I actually wrote it at the Fitchburg Furnace in Estill County, Kentucky, which, if you're watching at home, it is the largest double-stacked iron ore furnace in the world. And
we have a fire somewhere.
It's
not here.
It's at the furnace.
On cue.
They knew I was going to sing this song about the furnace real quick.
You mentioned the furnace. What is the Fitchburg Furnace?
It is the largest double-stacked iron ore furnace in the world. So it quit production right after the Civil War, and everything went to Birmingham, so we kind of have a grudge against Birmingham for stealing our pig iron. But it's beautiful.
Well,
It looks like this
Tennessee has a
castle.
little bit of a grudge against them, and they kind of got their
fair. To be fair, you know. So
they did okay.
They did okay, but it's beautiful now. It's now been accepted into the historical registry, and there's a Friends of Fitchburg now, and it's just this gorgeous edifice. Looks like a castle, and I always wanted to live there. And my papa was like, "It's a furnace." It's like, so, you know, I just feel like it's.
What's
holy
your
ground.
point?
What's your point? So all the railroads and all the railroad spikes and all the cannonballs in the Civil War were made right there in my hometown.
Oh, wow.
And in this furnace. So when I was up there, I just felt like this. To me, it was church. You know, there's so much bloodshed on that ground. I mean, you don't know the people that died trying to keep that furnace alive for the past 100 years or so. So the song came out, and it was on the second album, and it comes out funny times a year like this. So Fitchburg Witch for you, my darling.
Thank you.
Over the hill, but not 6 foot down. Bred on the far west side of this town. Called back to this hallowed ground every now and then. Every fire holler from the hills, burning iron for spinning wheels, running harder than the moon shone still, but then again. She's a film in a short shine. She's the coldest in the diamond mine. Gasoline and turpentine on an open flame. She's been gone, but she's coming back. Full steam ahead down a one-way track. Brand new fire and the most smokestacks, and the whole town blames the Fitchburg Witch. See the flames from the courthouse square. Watch the sparks dancing in the air. She'll burn it down 'cause she just don't care. She'll scorch it to the bone. All downhill past Tipton Ridge. Red River and a man named Fitch, holding her matches to another bridge, 'cause she's finally home. She's a venom in the sunshine. She's the coldest in the diamond mine. Gasoline and turpentine on an open flame. She's been gone, but she's coming back. It's full steam ahead down a one-way track. Brand new fire and the most fun stacks, and the whole town blames the Fitchburg Witch. She's a venom in the sunshine. She's the coldest in the diamond mine. Gasoline and turpentine on an open flame. She's been gone, but she's coming back. Full steam ahead down a one-way track. Brand new fire and the whole smokestacks, and the whole town blames the Fitchburg Witch. Fitchburg Witch.
Are you kidding me? That is a voice.
Well, thank you.
Holy smokes.
I know. That's what happened to me, and I heard one song, and I'm going, like, she was just sitting on her porch, playing on Facebook Live, and I'm going, why don't I know everything about this person? So now, excuse me, no. Like they do on the Today Show. Hi.
What's that? Or if I say I'm from Eastern Kentucky, I mean it was like, hush, y'all, that's a siren. Get my boots, that's a siren. Turn that TV down. Like, that's what we do. We would just get out there and we're like, we gotta go. It sounds like a big fire.
We're missing something.
Might be somebody we know.
Bring a bucket, y'all.
Call Daddy, see where he's at. But that's always a.
Where can they find your music?
I'm everywhere you can download music illegally. I'm on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Google Play. YouTube now has a whole Cerebral Talk.
The YouTube.
So,
Yeah.
The YouTube. I'm on the Book of Face. I'm also on TikTok, and we just have our adventures. We name our chickens after famous people and hope we don't get sued, and then kind of hope that maybe they'll endorse us. So we've got a Mark Colley and a Carol Worley and Karen Tippin and
Devon O'Day.
We do have a Devon O'Day.
Do you have a Devon O'Day?
We
Okay.
have 36 chickens at the house, and we name them after famous people and tagging them. So it's really fun to watch on TikTok. We get in trouble all the time. So sometimes we sing.
You don't sleep much, do you?
I can't.
No.
Tried. I mean,
You
I
make
take
coffee
naps.
nervous. Do you know that?
Well, honey, this is me after a couple shots of whiskey. You got to see me when I'm sober. You'd have to slow that tape down.
Y'all, we will be right back. We're going to talk scary, spooky movies. Who's the guy behind the mask? We're going to talk to actor James Stokes coming up.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad.
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
You think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
It's our Halloween spooktacular. That's just like a lead balloon. Thank you, John Dwyer. Or like a Harold cheeseburger.
Why am I
wasn't
even
gonna
here?
Say that.
Why? You needed a little support. Yeah, we'll edit that out. No.
No,
I know
we're
you're
not.
excited. You're excited about this. I'm excited because this is like film history we're talking about.
I know.
We're talking about all-time great parts.
Okay, I met this guy Thanksgiving at T.G. Shepherd and Kelly Lang's house.
Name dropper.
Yeah, I know. But they're not name dropping if that's your friends and they invited
That's
you
true.
over. And I made dressing and went over and met this guy, and he was just starting his acting career.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, he's been all around the world. All through the pandemic, he was like in Romania and like Nashville and lots of places doing tons of roles. And then he got the role of Jason Voorhees, which is, there have been a lot of people who've played that different role, but I thought he's the only horror film star that I have ever met who got to play that iconic role. Let's welcome him. You want to talk to him? Yeah.
Let's do it.
James Stokes, down the teal carpet of love, carrying the mask of Jason Voorhees.
Carrying the mask.
Yes. Hi.
Good to see you. Yeah, thank you for being here.
Yep.
When I met you, had you done a movie yet when I met you?
I had done several actually movies. They was independent, more independent stuff, more than SAG films and stuff like that. So yes, I had done several things. It was just on the independent level.
So how do you get that part, that iconic part?
Well, I don't know.
I want to see this.
To be honest with you, the director that wrote this Voorhees Night of the Beast, another Friday the 13th film, my stature kind of got me the part.
Yeah, you're
kind of look like Kane Hodder, and literally I've been told that. I was just left Lexington Slasher Con there, and Kane was there, and literally a lot of people mistaken me for Kane Hodder.
And that's
because
okay.
I am
You had no problem with that.
100% good with that. No, so the stature of being a big guy, 6'2", 230. I work out a lot. I'm 51 years old, so I have to. So,
My goodness, would not have guessed that.
Okay,
Well,
Yeah, no,
this is
you're
the
cut.
thing that-
He's
that-
shredded, as we say in the biz.
that's right.
Yeah.
But you work really hard. That's the thing that impressed me the most is that you said, I'm going to go and I'm going to be an actor and I'm going to work and do whatever it takes to make that happen. And you posted a lot from the gym. Not that I watched every day that he posted, but he posted a
Just
lot
the
from-
ones that end in Y.
But it takes a lot of work. I mean, what's a typical week and what's your workout regimen like? Because you're really strict.
I am, and I have to be, and that's the thing. I started late in acting, and I know that. I was a firefighter, and I was EMT, and I did that for 16 years of my life. And it's in that business alone, you have to stay in some kind of. I think you need to stay in some kind of physical shape. So we worked out a lot there. I also played, football through high school, college, and all that stuff. So I've always been in good physical shape. When I became an actor, it was like, okay, I went to one set called Raiden Valkyrie. It's a TV show, and all these guys were buff, and and I was in good shape, but I wasn't in what I'm in now.
Yeah.
And it's like I looked at these guys, and it's like, this is what I've got to do if I'm going to do this, and I'm going to stay competitive in the market of being an actor. So I literally left that set, and the next day I got in the gym and I told myself that I was going to change my whole lifestyle, and I did. And within about 4 or 5 months, I started seeing a difference, and I'm going, this can work. And it's just, you got to stay at it. And so that's what I did. And I literally changed my whole mindset, and I said, if I am going to do this and make a living at it, I've got to stay competitive. So that's what I did.
How many? I'm going to take this off because I can't have a conversation.
My
with
head
you.
hurts right now. Yeah, I'm getting may draw blood here soon.
How many films have you done, like in the last 2 years? You think
48
48? That's just
That's an incredible schedule.
in the last 2 years. Yes, it's nonstop. Now, all of them are not feature films. Some of them are short films. But this is the thing. When you're building a resume, you have to do things to let directors, the bigger directors and the bigger casting directors, see you. So you do things to make a reel. And a reel is your work, your body of work. It's when you have speaking parts and parts that do. So I do my own stunts. And I like doing my own stunts because I feel like I'm still capable of doing my own stunts. I don't need anyone. So falling off a horse, I've been on horses all my life. I rode IPRA for about 5 years. So bulls and bareback riding was something of second nature to me, and horses are second nature to me. So I love doing it.
which brings up you got an email requesting an audition from somebody pretty famous. Can I say Yellowstone?
Yeah, it's Yellowstone. I've had my second audition with Yellowstone. I'm very pleased with that. I'm not discouraged because I haven't been called yet, because I've talked to an actor that's been on the show of Yellowstone. I actually was in a film here in Nashville about a month ago with this actor, and I told him that I was a little discouraged. He said, James, don't. He said, this is the thing. He said, if you've had your second, he said, it took me 6 auditions to get on this show. And he had 3 episodes. So I was very encouraged by that. And this business is a lot of no's, and you got to have a tough skin to be in this business.
You just got back from Scarefest?
I did. Scarefest.
Is that a whole different level of fandom that
that right there?
Not healthy, is it?
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. It's about the fans.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't be where I'm at. This character right here would not be where it's at if it wasn't for the horror fans. And so when I go there and I bring these pictures for them to sign, I don't do it outrageous. I make it very affordable for the fans, and I think they appreciate that. And I interact with every one of my fans. If I'm at the dinner table and someone recognizes me, and that's happened a lot now, I stop and I talk to those fans, and I recognize those fans, and I answer whatever questions they have, because it's about them. Because I'm telling you, I wouldn't be eating that meal if it wasn't for that person right there.
Do you like scary movies?
I did.
Growing up, did you
I did.
like them?
I grew up watching scary. I grew up watching Friday the 13th. I grew up, watching all the scary stuff. It's just something about getting scared, the jump scare and stuff like that. It's not so much about the blood and guts. It's more about being scared and then and then laugh.
Well, I need something to hit you with.
I wonder who her co-host is going to be next month.
And then laughing about
because I am one and done.
You may have just lost your job.
You can.
Yeah. So that was great. But no, that's what it's all about. And it's about the fans. It's about the kids. When you see a kid come up to you and you say, they'll look at my mask and they'll look at the pictures and I go, that's me. And they look at me and then I go, oh. And when they greatest feeling in the world.
Of course.
Wow. Hey,
Greatest feeling
how
in the
long was makeup? Now when you went to do Jason to get
Mm-hmm.
all that whole, how long was your time in the chair?
It wasn't as long as you would think. Making the mask and doing all that stuff, I give all the credit to the FX artists. My goodness, do they work hard and are they good at their craft? I mean, they make us look good on, especially this one shows it the best. The mask and stuff. It is amazing what these people can do with just the mold of your face. I mean, they can make me look like that.
Well, I will say that it was really funny because when you walked in, we have a glam squad from the Genesis Career College in Lebanon, Tennessee. Yeah. And they all went, we want to do his makeup. It was really a fun thing to watch.
That was fun, and then of course when I'm sitting there, and as soon as they touch me, I go, oh, well, and it's scary. So and now the whole time they're doing my makeup, it's like this, and it's like they don't know whether to be scared or not, but it's fun. Yeah, I love doing that stuff.
Well, go to IMDb. That is the film category. That's like the Facebook for film people.
Absolutely.
And TV people. So IMDb, follow James Stokes. Go see his page a lot and make that.
I have Instagram, actor James Stokes, Facebook at James Stokes. Yes, and you can follow me and follow all the movies that I do and everything and where I'm all going. I travel a lot and I love it. Getting to see the world is absolutely an amazing opportunity for me, and getting to meeting the people is and I'm very personable. I love meeting people. I love meeting new people. It's a great opportunity for me. I'm very humbled and to be in this opportunity. I get to talk about bullying. I'm a big advocate of bullying, and I get to go to schools now and take my mask and be able to use something that people think is so scary to make something good out of it. And to watch the kids' faces, to see that, because some kids are very scared of that. But when you get to take it off and show them, this is not real. It's not real. Real life is what's scary, not these movies.
Yeah.
Real
Way
life
to use
is
your
scary.
advocacy for that. That's
Absolutely.
Fantastic. You have
And
a great
I do.
attitude and a great work ethic.
Well, thank you.
Which is so important.
Yeah, thank you, John. I appreciate that so much. And I love you, Devon. So I just want to say that to everybody and on the world, I love you.
Love you right back. Okay. Actor James Stokes, everybody.
Thank you.
Follow him. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you. Yeah, good to see you.
I was on
Mountain
YouTube.
of a man.
Woo! I know. He said the magic word is firefighter, and just look at him. I mean, come on. 60 is the new sexy.
That's how you drift off a little bit.
I know, I did, kind of, yeah.
It's okay.
It's
You're
okay.
human.
Look,
You're human.
I don't even apologize. Don't even apologize. That's what happens. Edit button, gone. Hey, if you need a job, if you go to YouTube right now, and there is a YouTube video done live at the Omni, and it's got the staff, and they're all dancing and having fun. It is the coolest thing. It makes you want to work here. Coming up, we're going to talk about working at the Omni. But first, we've got a word from Buddy Allen, Carpet One.
Buddy Allen, it's a tradition. Come on into our store. Buddy Allen, it's a heritage for 40 years and more. What makes a house kind of special? Close friends walking in the door. Flowers blooming in the springtime, and little children playing on a Buddy Allen floor.
So, I got a DUI. Mom, Dad.
Why didn't you just call someone for a ride?
I wasn't thinking ahead. I didn't think I was gonna get caught. Yeah, my best friend Tim.
Still coming to my bachelor party next month?
This DUI cost me 10 grand. So, no. Yeah, you, in the back.
Did you know I almost died when you hit me?
I didn't think this would affect so many people.
Think it was worth it?
No more questions.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Do you need a job?
I like my job.
Well, I might apply because I love the Omni so much. Hey, we're going to welcome down the teal carpet of love from Buddy Allen Carpet One, Kiara Goodrich. Thank you so much. Aren't you beautiful?
Good to see you.
Thank you. You know, Kiara, this place seems like so much fun. When you walk and when you drive up to that beautiful valet
it's so beautiful.
veranda,
Yes.
yeah, and they're so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to some places where the I don't even want to give my keys to those people because they're so in a bad mood. Why are they always in a good mood here?
There's a sense of family here. And the staff and the associates are just they're so kind. I mean, I've been here for a month and a half. So I am, fairly new, but they have been so great, so welcoming, so supportive of everything. And I think that really makes a difference, and it spills over into our guests as well. So,
Chef Philip Baldwin of Bar Lines was here earlier and talked about, and it's so important to talk about culture.
Yeah.
And not to be in a toxic environment, to want to come to work, to want to be part of a team, to all those things.
Absolutely.
But that's got to be authentic. You can't fake that.
Absolutely, and those are the kind of staff that we're looking for. Someone that is passionate, excited to be at work, excited to work with the other team members. And I think that's what we try to cultivate here with the Omni Hotel. And I think they're doing a really great job, so.
Well, are there some spots open? There are a lot of people this time of year. We're going into a holiday season. Are there some openings and some things that you're looking for here at the hotel?
Of course. So we have a wide variety of positions we have available here. So we have our cooks, we have our servers, our host positions for our restaurants, kitchen notes, bar lines, Bob's Steakhouse. And then we also have spa attendants at the Bocara Spa that we have here. So we have those positions available.
I would like to attend
yes,
that spa.
Yes,
Like
it's very beautiful. So we have quite a few positions that we have open here.
Do you have to have a particular trade, or can you just come with a good attitude, a good work ethic, and we will find something that will fit your skill set?
Absolutely. You said it best. So we aren't necessarily looking for, a whole lot of experience. Obviously it helps, but if you, like I said, can put forth a great effort, you're passionate, you're willing to come to work, you're excited to come to work, we're, happy to expand our family and have you, come join us. So yeah, we can teach all the training and the skills and things like that. You just have to come with a good attitude.
Okay, now here's the big question. There are a lot of people who are completely intimidated by applying for a job these days because it's scary. I mean, do you have to have a resume? Do you have to have a computer? I mean, what if you aren't savvy on all those things, but maybe you have years of experience in hospitality, but you don't have all the other stuff like the resume and the fancy computer?
And you know what? That's totally fine. If you don't have a resume, we can absolutely, assist with that. You just have to let us know what you're interested in, what you, are willing to do as far as work, and then we can assist you with the rest. So we can help you apply. You can go online to our Omni Career website.
Now, give that website, and we're going to put that in the notes for this broadcast. What is the website?
It's the Omni Hotel website, omnihotels.com. And then there's a tab for careers. So if you just select Nashville, and then you'll be able to see all of the positions we have available. And if you still need assistance, you can contact me directly, and I'll be happy to assist with you as well. For any questions or any application process, I can help you with all of that.
I love it. I love it. And then I always think when you walk into this place and it's so beautiful, it kind of elevates your feeling about what you do. Just by walking in, where you work and the aesthetic of the environment is very important.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. I mean, you said it best. It's pretty breathtaking when you come in here. And that just helps you, put a smile on your face when you're working. And again, the guests and the people that you work with, it all adds to it. So
if you need a job, I got to tell you, it's a beautiful place to work. omnihotels.com/careers. So that's where you find out all the information. Thank you for your time with us today.
Thank you and
Have
welcome.
a good one. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Good seeing you. Yeah. I remember when this first opened, and it just set a whole different level of hospitality. And it is every time I come here, I'm glad you do the show here. I mean, I just love coming here. It's got a great vibe to it.
There's a lot of things that are going to be happening for the holidays. There are going to be meals that you're going to want to partake. And you know what? They're going to have some things that we're going to be profiling on future shows about where to take a holiday meal. The Omni Hotel. Hey, it's a wrap. How about it?
I think that's a great idea. I hope you have a great Halloween season. What are you going to go? Are you going to dress up as that's it. This is the extent of the...
No, this is not the extent. I dressed up at the Nashville Zoo. I did Boo at the zoo. And I go all out. I did the whole makeup. I scared little children, so they won't let me back.
Oh, very nice. You've been actually banned from the zoo.
I loved
Devon.
it. I love Halloween.
Love is in your heart.
It is in my heart. I just didn't look that lovable that night. But have a safe Halloween, everybody. Thank you to the Highway Safety Office and what they do to promote. Take care of those pedestrians. Watch where you go and drive sober. And if you aren't going to be sober, don't drive. How about that?
Get a ride. Get a friend. If you can drink, you can afford to find somebody to take you home no matter what.
Thanks to Congressman Bob Clement for being here, to Mark
Sam.
Cully for being here, for Sarah Beth Terry for being
A
here.
heck of a show, by the way,
Actor
you put
James
together, girl.
Stokes. Halloween is my favorite holiday. And I make up
That's all I got. I got one move. That's it.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Hey, you guys, thanks for watching Taste of Nashville. Share it and comment, because that's how people find us. And we love it. And download our brand new app. It's free. Main Street Media TV. Bye, everybody.